And that, everyone, that's Metal Gear Solid 4. And it has such a painful ending. Like, it's a happy ending for everyone, but you get yourself attached to Snake. And now, it was a good end. It was a very, very well done ending. You could tell there's pretty much going to be nothing after this. Or at least that takes place in the timeline after this, unless Otacon takes on his own thing. But it's not going to be necessarily centered around Snake and Big Boss. Voice of God, what? What? Fucking Hideo Kojima is the voice of God. Huh? Sorry, what? Why did we linger on Big Boss? So, it's good to see Snake still alive. It does make me feel happy. Felt good to see Big Boss. Unfortunately, he died, but like whenever you play games, it's the same thing with, we brought up Mass Effect earlier. Like, it's that weird feeling of when you play a character across multiple games. Granted, Mass Effect, you had choices. In Metal Gear Solid, you don't. But you get super attached to the character that you play. And yes, Gaidu Tech, this is absolutely a better ending than Mass Effect 3. But during that whole time, I know I'm on stream and I'm not saying anything. I'm essentially just letting this play out. But I had nothing to say. I kind of just wanted to be in the moment and let what was happening play out. Like I also brought up earlier, it was like Otacon was about to make me cry on stream because it's just like I feel so bad for him at that time because it was like everyone that he was around was dying. Find out later that Snake is okay, but it's an emotional ride. And it adds a little bit more to it too, because we all know now that at least this is the end of the Kojima Metal Gear Solid games, at least in terms of chronological storyline. And it's like, you just feel that even more, like this is the end. So yeah, so there's some feels. But yeah, this probably by far, granted it's very much a cinematic game. Like if the ending was anything to do with it, you watch most of the game. But, which makes the story probably the best. But to me, the gameplay, it's not the worst. But this is less sneaking based, a lot more shoot everyone. Especially on the very beginning. I'm assuming you can play through some of it that's sneaky, but from what I've seen in Part 5 also does a lot of explaining. It is definitely more disappointing. The other thing, too, is it suffers in the same way that I didn't like, really, with Peace Walker, is the mission structure. Like, everything is a mission. It's not a drawn-out storyline like Metal Gear Solid 4. However, there are a couple missions in there that is absolutely what you would expect. I won't get into them because I do plan on playing Metal Gear Solid 5 on stream. It's not going to be the next game. I do want to take I want to take a game break in between because I did play through Peace Walker and then this. So now I do believe the next stream I'm going to do, I'm leaning towards playing Psychonauts. Because I have it on PC. I also have it on PS2, but PC is where I'm going to end up streaming it. And yeah, so that's probably what it's going to be. The final decision will be made, and I'll post it to Facebook and to Twitter, saying that this is actually going to be the game that I'm going to be playing. That's the one that I'm leaning towards now. Then after that, I will play Metal Gear Solid 5. I need to buy it first, but and I will be playing that on the PS4. So the other thing that I'm going to try out is, now that PS4 came out with their what was it called? Their essentially remote play. I have that set up. I tried it a little bit. It probably would work. It would probably work pretty well for Metal Gear. It had some issues when I was playing with Destiny, like it would pixelate and freeze up. Let's see, from 1 to 4, how would I rank the first 4 games? That is a good question. I probably will go 1, 4, 3, 2. Granted, this not to say that I disliked any of them. 1, I like for the creativity in the bosses. I love the fourth wall breaks. I love everything like that. Which is why when everything came out in 4 of you going back to Shadow Moses, I'm like, I freaked out because I'm like, this is great. 2 is the one that I really didn't like. Well, between 2 and 3, I guess those are kind of interchangeable. 3, I had issues with the control. Especially when you would be crawling around and it was always a first-person view, and I really wasn't a huge fan of that. And 2, I wasn't a fan of playing as Raiden. Like, that really is kind of what pushes that to 4th on the list. But yeah, like that's the way that I feel about it. It's hard to deny the storytelling in this, though. This is a great story. And as I brought up in many of the other, usually in the finales, but of the other Metal Gear Solid games, is these games, for their stories, these games are batshit insane. Like, just the whole concept of a Metal Gear is crazy. But it is set with real world problems happening. So in a weird way, it also kind of lends itself to being believable. Um, this whole the whole Fox die thing, having Big Boss around basically just tearing up everything. It is crazy, but it's cool. Um, why is Assassin's Creed on here? Holy shit, really? That was what it was supposed to be? And that would have been the end. Like, you could not really go anywhere off of that. Okay, so it is just Easter eggs. Oh, I could see that being a great ending too, but I would have not been able to play Metal Gear Solid for a little bit. Like, the perk for people who played this when it came out and then played Metal Gear Solid 5 when it came out, that was years separating that. Like, that feeling of, like, oh, dead for, or executed for treason, it, that hurts too much.